The narrative that Drake is not really like supporting hip hop outlets becomes stronger by the day when he chooses to come and do a second episode with Bobby. Before we even get into this, like, I mean, that is kind of a wild look.
It's like him. Drake, read the room.
Like he should do one hip hop podcast or interview. Even, no matter who it is, even if he's going to, edit the fuck out of it. I understand if he doesn't want to go live with Akademiks. I 100% get that because you want to be able to control the narrative. You want to be able to say something on there and have it not come off right. And even in this, they're like acknowledging that there were things and like the conversation went awkwardly, but they edited it out and redid it. Like there's an acknowledgement in this that this was not just like a one take interview. I haven't watched the entire thing the whole way, but like, damn, why can't Drake find one person in hip hop to go do a podcast with? That's kind of crazy.
That's an argument right there. Drake, you don't support media. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, just like so many people went out of their way to have his back during all this. Not so many. Actually, it was fairly rare. Somebody like Ak was like really kind of like one of the only big names in media who had his back. You would think that he would want to actually sit down with somebody like Ak. It's kind of crazy.
It's kind of disrespectful at this point. I talked to Akademiks about it. I'm like, yo, at this point, you're going to have to switch up on a nigga if he don't give you the interview. Like, nigga, there's no way in hell, bro. This man just hopped on stream with Aiden Ross, XQC, and Train like last week doing a live stream, but Ak can't get the live stream and the nigga been holding you down all these years. That's kind of crazy.
And we get why, because it's like, okay, the state connection, this is a business thing for you. Okay, makes sense. But then the Bobby thing
don't make sense. And then we got Kendrick Lamar going around basically saying, calling you a culture vulture, calling you a white boy, Rick Ross calling you a white boy, and then you popping out with nothing but white media is not reading the room. I feel like you should have, I think when the album come back, he's going to circle around and do some hip hop shit. He has to at this point.
It would, if he puts out another album and doesn't swing around and do at least one platform that is like a real hip hop platform, I agree. It's going to look very strange.
I think Drake's dropping in October. I feel like he's going to play off the October's very own shit. He's been popping out a little more than usual lately and shit. Like even doing this right here, popping up on streams, I feel like he's gearing up to release. And if I would just guess, I feel like he's going to play into the October's very own Halloween theme shit and probably drop in October.
Yeah, all right.
That's what I assume.
The Bobby girl, that's the one that was messing with the ugly dude, right? Like, I mean, Funny Marco?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, YG had her all in Bompton at the park.
So people don't know, or I guess some people don't know, that basically Drake and her had this huge falling out. We don't know exactly what happened, but basically like they got into some kind of argument via text. She said that immediately he blocked her on text, Instagram, everything, and then also the interview had to come down. We don't really know how he was able to like put pressure on her to delete the interview. Normally if somebody told me to delete an interview, it's kind of like up to me, but she said like the interview had to come down. So it was kind of forced upon her one way or another that the interview had to come down because it was so unthinkable to everybody. Like, why the fuck would she ever remove like the biggest interview of her entire career? And then now we don't know why they came back together though. We don't know like what the olive branch was that made their friendship kick back in, right?
Nah, I don't. I don't even think like I'm shocked he did this. Like I didn't see this one come. I'm like, damn, you popping out with Bobby again? Like,
yeah, but also like devil's advocate, like what artists, big three, Kendrick, J. Cole, whoever else you want to put in there, is doing interviews with like major hip hop platforms? Like this is the new culture, like precedent that they set that it's like not dope to do that.
Okay, but J. Cole barely does interviews, but the last time that J. Cole did an interview was with Yachty, which is a real hip hop platform, even though he knows he's going to kind of use the kid gloves. Flacco said Drake recorded the interview with his cameras, so she had no choice in the matter. We're talking about deleting it off her YouTube channel, Flacco. So that is actually not relevant to what we were saying. But yeah, I mean, so okay, out of the big three, who was the last time that Kendrick did an interview? He did that Ebro thing that was live with Nadeska, where Nadeska almost had a heart attack. Before that,
him and Dr. Dre had an interview together. Remember that one?
Kendrick did? On what platform?
Oh, I forget. Maybe Apple. I think it was Apple. Google that right quick.
I almost like don't count those because it feels like those are required.
But it's him trying to link with some hip hop shit. It's not him doing the XQC and Drake shit. It's like, Drake, read the room, nigga. The niggas going around, they calling you a white boy right here. You linking up with a whole bunch of random people that's not even a part of hip hop media per se. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should have gave this $1 million worth of game or drink champs or something to I don't know.
But then all his ops, all the artists that he considers lower artists than him do shit like that. Like you got Rick Ross doing shit like that. Just whoever else he's beefing with, like that's their bag. You feel me? He's Drake. He doesn't want to be sitting on the same couch as fucking people calling him a white boy or a culture.
Okay, Flacco said he recorded it, so it's his footage. She either takes it down or gets a strike. She really had no choice. I guess that kind of makes sense, is that if it technically was his footage, even if it came out on her channel, if he's able to say that's our footage, then that's a good backup plan for him to basically be like, yeah, it can come out, but ultimately it's my decision and I can have it removed. I guess that does make sense.
The real question is, what questions is he running from then?
And why does Flacco know that?
That's what I was just thinking,
How would
bro.
Flacco know that? Yeah, because that's my thing. Is like, to me, the obvious thing is that Drake should do a sit down with Akademiks, because then he could clear up like every different narrative that he's not a fan of. And if he's pre-recording it, then he could basically make it so that he doesn't have to answer all the shit he doesn't want to answer. But I mean, part of that though too is that like the hip hop media establishment, a lot of them hate Akademiks too. But I don't think he really wants to suck up to the Ebro side of the industry.
I don't think, even if it wasn't Akademiks, I'm just saying he could have went to Gillian Wallow. He could have went to a lot of people and gave the interview. I just feel like, all right, even with Flacco saying that this was his footage and he had control over it, it goes to show you, like, so what questions are you ducking, per se? Because it's like, if that's the case, if you really want, because a lot of the questions she asked were actually some messy questions.
She did?
I was surprised that a lot of the shit he was talking about.
You watched the whole thing or just the clips?
Just clips. I didn't watch all of it, but like a lot of the clips that I seen, it was like some good ass questions where it was like, all right, he's answering, he's not straying away from too much, but it goes to show you, like, if he wanted control of the footage, then he's obviously scared for somebody to ask him certain shit.
You think he want to be asked about telling Wayne he fucked his girl on a jail visit, or mystery kids kissing a girl on stage?
Yeah, that's the one that came to mind for me right away, is that it could be extremely awkward for Drake to sit there and have to answer like, so are you really a pedophile?
Yo.
Right. Like,
I feel like even if who do you feel besides Akademiks, who else do you feel like is a good contender for a Drake interview?
So
Take yourself out of the
Joe Budden is out because they hate each other.
Word.
Vlad, no, they don't have a relationship.
I mean, the Breakfast Club,
It's
my
not
boy
even
be
a
coming
good
at him.
look.
What's his name?
Yeah, they've been beefing with Charlamagne forever.
Right.
He's been hating on Ebro and him hate on each other. Really, like a huge part of like the top 10 or top 20 on that complex media list is out. Flacco said there's nobody he can do an interview with that'll satisfy the culture. Ack and Gilly would be too friendly of an interview. Ebro and Elliott are his ops, so he won't do it. There's no one left.
Wallow and Gilly.
Looks like No Jumper is the only platform that's next. Adam, what are you dying to ask Drake? What do you have to ask him? What would you probe into his
He's
mind?
running from Adam. You
I'd
crazy
have
as
to
fuck.
think about it. No, I mean he honestly sent me a voicemail like a few months ago saying that he still really wants to do No Jumper one day. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really believe him. It just doesn't really seem likely or realistic. But do I think that I could do a great interview with him? Yeah, of course.
Drake, you want to tap into the culture, snatch LA back? Fucking pull up to No Jumper, dog.
Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate that. Let's play this actual clip. This is Drake talking about if he's scared of LA.
Am I scared?